time for the Smash Our Stash collaboration share, and this month the focus item was strips of any kind. Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome. This is the Smash Our Stash collaboration. It's a collaboration I host each month to focus on some of those oft forgotten or hoarded items in our stash and to pull them out and put them to good use. There is a hashtag in the title and in the description that you can click on to see all of the participants in the collaboration for this month. If for some reason the hashtag is bringing in some wonky results, there should be an option kind of at the top of your screen to refine search to hashtag only. And if you click on that, it should kind of clean up that list for you and show you this month's participants. The theme item for this month was strips. So that could mean border strip stickers, washi tape, love from Lizi strips, just any kind of strip that you can think of. I had a drawer, I will put a picture on the screen here, a drawer of strips, just border strips, paper strips that I had saved probably since the beginning of time whenever I started paper crafting. It was just a drawer. I would throw those strips in and then that's where they stayed. Every once in a while I would think to pull out a specific type of border strip, but for the most part it was a forgotten drawer kind of in a weird spot in my studio. So I decided, I literally pulled that drawer out, dumped everything out and sorted. So I sorted everything between, kind of like a decorative edge type strip to just normal paper strips. And then the normal paper strips I sorted by size and then focused on using those up. So I wouldn't say I probably used up at least 95%. There were some I ended up just recycling of the paper strips because they're just scraps that have been sitting there forever. So I did do a couple different things this month. On this particular scrapbook layout, I used some of the decorative border strips. This is kind of neat because it's a Winnie the Pooh sleeper that I wore when I was a baby. So this is me wearing it. And then you can see this is back in 1976. That's dating myself, but I was able to save the sleeper, and this is Ellie who wore it, and then Avery who wore it. So we all got to wear the same sleeper, and then we put it away to see if it will last long enough for one of their kids to maybe wear it, and it could be a 3-generation sleeper. But anyway, I just wanted to document that, and I didn't have a lot of Winnie the Pooh themed things. I had some stickers and I had a couple of die cuts in my stash, and so I just kind of focused on those and then picked the colors of these border strips kind of based on what was in the stickers and then kind of what was in the backgrounds of the pictures. So I did get to use up a couple of different strips on these layouts. And then I started just focusing on the paper strips because that's what was the majority of the drawer. This is a layout I did. I just kind of created a rectangular background just using strips. I think I cut them all down. They're different widths, but I cut them all down to be like 10 inches long and then kind of created the background. And then because there were so many different colors, I found a kind of fancy label border die cut in my stash, and so I used that to kind of just help highlight the pictures a little more, and then found some white letters that were backed with or kind of edged with black to help them stand out. I added some faux stitching, and then on some of the pieces that I had cut off of these strips I had some bits left, and so I used those bits to punch out some hearts to decorate kind of the rest of the layout. So that used up some strips. And then Ellie and I went to town making strip card mats. So these are just great to have ready to go to add embellishments to finish a card. So I have like a dog themed one, a cat themed one. I did a lot of multicolored ones, like pastels, bright colors. I used some of the red and green to make a Christmas one. And then Ellie did some kind of like color blocked or color themed ones, like purple and white, yellows, black and white, pinks. So we did a bunch of those, and that used up a good bit of them. And then I took one and decided to die cut it. So I used some balloons, because that's one I have a nesting die of, and so I could cut several balloons at one time. So this is something else you can do if you are tired of just doing the card mats. You can always still do that same process and then do some die cutting with them to get some more interesting die cut shapes. And then, so that I've used paper strips, specific border strips, and then for art, since we homeschool, we did an art project this week that kind of focused on mixed media. And so we used washi tape. And so we just kind of kept it simple. I took some thick cardstock. We put glue down, since washi tape is notorious for not always sticking well. We put some glue down and then just did some backgrounds with different washi tapes. And then we did that process where we die cut out of the center, and then I covered mine with a circle and then reused that die cut on the front, added a kind of stamp saying and then some sequins just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. So this was mine. Ellie did a heart as well, but she did a bigger one and then used a square to mat her heart. And then Avery did one with a balloon, and she decided to kind of make a frame. And so she added the balloon up here. She's got a frame, and then she stamped and added the word dream on there. So we didn't, even with all these, we didn't use a ton of washi tape, but I think we did finish off one roll, and at least it got me to use washi tape. I don't ever think to use washi tape, so that was good. And then, like I said, I cleaned out that drawer. What I didn't use of just the plain paper strips, I recycled, and then I will store these border strips. I got to figure out where I want to put them so I remember to use them more often, but I do have some decorative edge border strips left, whether they're the pre-purchased ones like this or ones that I've cut and had extra of with the border dies. So we'll see what I can do with those. And then I don't know if anybody else had these packs. This is from 2003, but it is a pack that has like a bunch of those decorative border strips as well as like some other pre-cut pieces. But I have like this full pack, and then I have several of these individual strips left of various colors. And then somewhere in my stash, I have all of these silly little squares. I think I had a blue and green pack at one time, and then another neutral pack somewhere. I don't know. So I got to figure out if I want to try and make use of these somehow, or if I just want to donate them and pass them on. But let me know if you have had these in the past, and bonus points if you, well, I guess I shouldn't give you bonus points for hoarding something like that or holding on to it, and let me know not only if you've had them in the past, but if you actually still have them in your stash, if you're like me. So anyway, strips was the theme for this month. That's what I chose to do with strips. I always love this collaboration to see how everybody interprets the theme and uses those items in a different way. So please be sure to check out the hashtag to see all the participants and how they use strips this month. You guys are welcome to play along with us, and there's a hashtag in the description box. I believe it's Smash Our Stash 2023 that you can use if you want to play along so that we can all see your projects as well. Thank you so very much for your time today, and hope you all have a very crafty day.